Hey, Broncos country, what's going on? 13-3 Broncos over the Chargers right now. Watching the end of this game. You guys are probably ahead of me. I'm streaming, so let me know what you think. Start posting your questions, comments, concerns in the comments, and we'll get to them in a second. It looks like we're just gonna run this clock. I've got a good first down. See what happens. Not listening to the audio because I don't want you guys to be getting the feedback on it. Looks like we took the timeout. 16 seconds left is what I'm tracking. Guys, welcome to the Bourbon Broncos No BS Orange Weekly Broadcast Network halftime hash. It's a mouthful, I know, but thank you guys for joining us. Appreciate it. Interesting first half. Make sure you're posting your questions and comments below. And let's talk about it. Let's talk about how we feel about this 13-3 lead right now and see what the Denver Broncos do here at the end of the half. Hey, Shane. Yeah, I love it. Hey, we're winning. Chiefs aren't. I really hate to see this, but but love to see that we still have a fighting chance in the final week of the season. But let's see how this game ends up. Let's see how the rest of this half goes. I'm probably delayed from you guys. Stidham's taking a shot. Okay. All right. Jerry Jeudy down to at least field goal range, out of bounds. Okay. Woo. Wide open too. Found him wide open. Hit him in stride. Zone coverage, cover 4 looks like. Oh, wide open. They didn't even cover that side. There's someone that was broken coverage. That linebacker was supposed to get back there for sure. Definitely broken coverage. Oh, if he would have hit him in stride. The guy fell. Didn't matter. Too much time we got left. We got 8 seconds left. Probably enough for one shot and then kick the field goal. Let's see what happens. Yeah, he's going to get a little closer to kick the field goal. Lutz is in. You guys might be giving it away. Again, I'm streaming, so I'm probably behind you guys watching this game. See if Lutz hits this field goal. Oh, Andrew, you're killing me. Did he really miss it? Did. He pulled it right. Oh, man. All right. Welcome to the halftime hash, guys. Thank you guys for joining me. We missed that field goal at the end. Still up 13-3 on the Chargers. And we're talking a really good first half in general from the defense for sure. Defense is killing it. Offense looking okay. Like we got a couple big plays in there that we needed to. Jarrett Stidham struggling finding his rhythm, I think. Hitting people when they're open right away. All right, Sarah, I'll get you. Let's see. I'm going to get you here first. Happy the Broncos are winning. I haven't been able to watch the games because you're in Virginia. Keeps calling to ask about the game and new quarterback. So, yeah, a lot of background on it. But, Sarah, join us on Tuesday night show. We're going to go in super depth about the situation revolving around Russell Wilson. And we'll go in depth around the whole situation. So, join us on Tuesday night. Real big background. Stidham we got from the Raiders last year. We paid him decently as a backup quarterback. And he's playing okay. We benched Russell because we want to spark in the offense. That's what the media and Sean Payton is telling us. So we're going to go with that. And so far, I don't know about spark in the offense, but we're definitely doing things differently. There's a lot more throws on the inside. There's a lot more quick throws. However, it looks like Jarrett Stidham is just not in rhythm. That's the one thing I'm catching from this. He's not really in rhythm with his wide receivers, throwing ahead of them, not understanding the speed. And I think that comes with just not being a starter and not getting first team reps until this week. Like he didn't get first team reps for the first time until this week. So, but yeah, little Jordan Humphrey, let's shout out to him. Like what a great catch and run from him and extra effort to get into the end zone on that play. I'll tell you what, if he doesn't, I was thinking about it. If he doesn't get in the end zone on that play, I don't know if we score at just the way that our team's been doing. In the red zone specifically, and with Jarrett Stidham at the quarterback, we'd probably try to run it 3 or 4 times. But yeah, little Jordan Humphrey, great catch and run from him. And in general, the defense is just playing absolutely fantastic. They had the one drive that started on our 40, which was good field position for them. And they drove it down. They end up with a field goal, and which is what our defense is used to, like that bend don't break mentality, and we didn't let them get in the end zone. So 13-3 Broncos at the half. I'm kind of liking what I see so far. For the most part, you'd like to see Jarrett Stidham lead a couple receivers a little bit more. He had a couple overthrows. There was a couple miscommunications. I think there was one with Brandon Johnson. He thought he was going to break in. He ended up breaking out and to kind of do a double move, and he threw it away. There's a couple times where he almost got some of our receivers and tight ends killed by throwing a little bit too late. There was a couple tight ends open early. The release was a little bit late. I think he just didn't see him until later, but once he gets a little bit more comfortable, I feel like this team is going to get rolling, and we're going to be able to get. Now, remember, we're missing basically outside of Judy, 3 of our top 4 receivers are out this game, and people are going to get mad at me, but I'm going to mention it. Tim Patrick is gone. Cortland Sutton obviously out this game, so in concussion protocol, and Marvin Mims after an injury from last week, not playing. Andrew says, I feel Stidham is getting a little more comfortable. The ground game. I think the ground game is actually going pretty well for the most part. We're playing pretty well. I mean, I'd have to pull up the stats. Actually, let me pull them up real quick on my phone. And in general, I think they're doing pretty well on the ground game. I don't know how many yards per carry we have, but overall, I think they're sticking to the ground game as much as possible, which has given Stidham the ability to open it up. And what you like to see is in a mandatory passing down, which the end of that half was to Judy. Now, I know we missed the field goal, but what you like to see is everybody knows we're passing, and the system ends up finding the wide open guy. And he ended up being wide open to get us that like 40 yards or whatever it was to get going. And Judy just absolutely played well. So yeah, we got to get Judy going a little bit more. I think that was a very good, a good play by him. He's obviously catching the ball. B-Max breaks. Please tell me what the point of trading for Will Lutz. Yeah, that was a bunch. That was a rough one. I think Will Lutz was really a comfort zone for Sean Payton, just because he knew him from past. And he's kicked a couple good field goals for us this season. But yeah, there's been a few misses that we're kind of like scratching our head on. That one just pulled right a little bit, unfortunately. Okay, let me see if I can pull up our run game. As you guys make sure you guys are posting questions, comments below. I'll pull them up, and let's talk about this first half. Tell me what you guys thought. Tell me how you guys are feeling. Rushing, averaging 5.3 yards per carry on the ground. So that's good. That's really, really good. And I think if we just keep that going, McLaughlin has 6 carries. Javonte has 5. McLaughlin has 6.5 average. Javonte has 5.4 average. P. Ryan got 2 carries for 7 yards at 3.5. And then Stidham took off a couple times, obviously. But yeah, so really what it comes down to is as we're watching this game, we all know what we're looking at. Obviously, we're looking at the Kansas City Chiefs losing to Cincinnati Bengals, which awesome. If the Cincinnati Bengals can beat the Kansas City Chiefs, then we're still in playoff contention for next week. We could still win the division. I hate saying it out loud, but it's crazy possible, and that's awesome. And then the other thing is obviously we're watching how Jarrett Stidham does. Like the whole benching of Russell Wilson has been a big talk of the NFL over time, and it's unfortunate. However, it is what it is, and it's where we're at. And how is Stidham playing? Do we think that Russell Wilson can make those throws? Do we think he's finding those open guys? And we'll talk about a lot of that more on Tuesday. But I think Stidham's finding open guys. The system is opening people up, and the rush game is opening up the pass game. And again, we're getting more on the rush, which is something that I think Russell Wilson didn't have, to his credit. In a couple of these last games, specifically New England, we weren't able to establish the rushing game. And in this game, we are able to establish the rushing game. So I think that is working out in our favor for this first half. Let's see. Judy finally comes through with a big play, and Lutz sucks again. Yeah. I hate watching games where the kicker just kind of ruins it, right? Like we have these big offensive plays and the kicker just kind of misses the field goal. We had a lot of our losses in the first half of the season where some missed field goals were there. But yeah, let's do it. We win the last 2. Chiefs has 2, and we take the AFC West. I can't believe it. I really can't, but I love it. I think that it's crazy that Chiefs are struggling. But remember, the Chiefs are second half players, so we got to watch that game as we go into the second half. We got to be able to keep an eye on that game as well, because I think it was the Raiders game. I don't remember correctly, but They were down by like 20 points or something at half, and then they came back and won it in third quarter. I think they scored like 21 points in the third quarter alone to nothing. So we'll see. Wilson would have gotten sacked on that little Jordan Tucker. Yeah, and maybe a strip sack, but I'm just going to keep that for the Tuesday show. I'm going to try to keep that for the Tuesday show. There's a lot of opinions going around about the Russell Wilson, Sean Payton drama in Denver and the Broncos. But I think the offense is rolling pretty well. The offensive line is doing pretty well. And the and the receivers are getting open again with two of our top three receivers out for the season in general. Three of our four top receivers out right now. Stidham is finding the open receiver, and he's getting his rhythm. He's finding the rhythm, and we just got to keep that up. If he can start leading the receivers a little bit more and understanding that they're a little bit faster than he thinks they are, I think this team is going to absolutely just destroy in the second half. And we got to keep that up, keep the run game going, and the defense playing lights out. That almost interception. I'm loving the way the linebackers are playing right now. They're playing hard and fast, and there's all the drama. One of my concerns in going into this game that I'm really happy is not the case. Going into this game with all the drama surrounding a team, normally, we're talking Monday, we decided that we were going to bench him, and literally every talk show and everybody has been talking about us, and up until now, and even the CBS announcers are talking about us and what's going on in Broncos country. But generally, normally you want to see the team rally behind that, not with the generic, like, man, like we're benching our captain and our starter, like this is going to suck, and then kind of going out and half-assing it. We are playing strong, we're playing fast, and we're playing Broncos football right now. And if we can keep that up, the only thing I'll say on top of that is we need to get to the quarterback. Easton Stick is just absolutely sitting there. He's missing big throws, and he's missing wide open receivers, which could be detrimental to us right now, but it's not. So I'm not going to go too far into that. But in general, our defense is playing pretty well. The coverage is good. It's just I'd love to see a little bit more of the pressure on Easton Stick for sure. Yeah, Josie Jewell with the almost interception. I think that was amazing. He almost held onto the ball, got that interception at the end of the game or at the end of the half. It didn't really matter. We ended up getting the ball back and driving down anyway. I'm not watching that game, but yeah, Chiefs are already punting after the first second half series. So let's go Bengals. I've never been a Bengals fan before, but I am a Bengals fan right now. Let's go Bengals. Make sure you're driving down and score another touchdown, but beat the Chiefs. I cannot believe that we're in this situation. And then we're talking, oh my gosh, I don't want to think about what the situation is next week if we win and they lose next week too. Absolutely crazy. There's a lot of chances out there. There's a lot of options. And let's be honest, like, when in Broncos history in the last 7 years have we been this excited at the end of the season, even with all the drama going around, everything that's happened this week? We have a big Raiders game next week, big rivalry game. That'd be crazy if we can win that game and end up going to the play. Like, I don't even want to talk about it. Let's talk about it on Tuesday. So, yeah, go Bengals, go Broncos. BMAC, you're right. Sarah, appreciate you joining us. Yeah, go Bengals, go Broncos. Love every second of this first half. There's a lot of things that we probably could have cleaned up on a little bit, but our defense is playing lights out and our offense isn't turning the ball over, which is what you like to see. There's a couple interesting plays that you'd like to take back, but we haven't turned the ball over, and I'm excited about that. And let's see how Stidham does in the second half. I think he's starting to get a rhythm. I think he got a lot of especially the first couple drives, he got a lot of the butterflies out of his system. And we're rolling. Let's see if we can keep this up. I think we get the ball in the second half. And if we can put together a drive, at least get a field goal. Will Less needs a comeback field goal to make up for that last one. But 13-3 Broncos, we're up by 2 scores right now. And I'd like to keep it that way. If we can stay up by 2 scores for the rest of this game, then I feel very comfortable. Easton Stick is struggling as a quarterback right now in general. And they're not getting the run game going, which is something that we were concerned on in the tailgate talk when we talked about it. And if we can keep this up, then we have a much better chance going into this second half of winning this game and beating the Chargers, taking another AFC West win going into, if we win out, we have the AFC West covered. And the Chiefs, I cannot believe this right now. We gotta see how this works out. We need to pray for a lot of help. But right now I'm very happy as a Broncos fan, and I'm sure you guys are. I haven't felt this way since Super Bowl 50, BMAX says. BMAX breaks. So yeah, it's cool. It's great in Broncos country right now. We're all happy. We're all super excited about the way that this game has been going with a lot of our offensive starters not playing. Obviously, no Russell Wilson, no Cortland Sutton, no Marvin Mims on the punt return, which for the other thing that I've noticed is our punt returners, we kind of like rotating through whoever wants. Like, I feel like Sean Payton's on the sideline going like, all right, who wants to return this punt? Anybody want to go out there? And then I think we've had like 3 different punt returners in this game. So interesting to see as we go forward. So thank you guys for joining us. Make sure you guys are following us, subscribe to us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, all the other things. It looks like the game's getting ready to start back up. So I'm going to finish up with some final thoughts and get back to the game. Andrew, thank you for that. Kickoff is happening now. Yeah, I imagine if we beat the Pats, I get that. I got it. So game's back on, guys. Appreciate you joining me. Thank you guys so much. Enjoy the second half. And as always, go Broncos.